Okay, Sachatama. Is screen visible to you? Okay. So CMA final, no doubt in it, right? CMA final, group 3 or group 4? Group 4. We are going to start paper 17, cost and management audit. So as today is the first class, we'll not directly skip into the subject because you will also feel bored, right? So we will see basics first. So what is this subject, how the paper pattern will be, what all we are going to learn on this subject. We'll see everything, okay? Now, what are these classes? These are regular batch classes. And these classes are applicable for December 24, sorry, June or December 25 attempt. Okay, actually December 25. If you want to write cost and management audit in June, you can prepare and you can write. Okay. Now, how many hours our classes are going to be in this regular batch? Approximately 60 to 80 hours. Okay, 60 to 80 hours. Will this be sufficient, ma'am? 80 hours. Will I be able to learn the entire subject in 80 hours? Yes, you will be able to. Okay. How classes are going to be in such a way that we are going to learn the concept, you will understand it, you will also revise the concept in class itself. You have to, what to do after going to home? You just have to see everything. You have to go through everything like what I have studied in the class today. That's more than sufficient for this subject, cost and management audit. I'm not talking about entire CMA final, but this subject, cost and management audit, entire preparation will be done in class itself. Mostly 80% preparation will be done in class. Only 20% effort you have to take after you are going to home. Okay. Now next, modes of classes. Now this particular classes are available in how many different modes? 3 different modes. One is face-to-face classes. As you are in front of me, I'm going to discuss face-to-face. So this is face-to-face classes. And the same classes are available in online live. So how online live is going to be? Through our BCCA app, online live class will be there. And these are also available in recorded mode. Okay, so these are mode of classes. 3 different modes are available. Now our first class is in YouTube live. You're all on live on YouTube, but you will not be visible, only I will be visible. Okay. How many classes will be in YouTube live? First 10 classes will be YouTube live. After that, it will be in our BCCA app. Not only you students, app students will also be there in our classes. Okay. So this is regarding classes information. Now coming to subject information. Classes will be handled by me. Now how are you going to learn the subject? Some material should be there in front of you, right? Now what are the books which I will be giving to you? First is concept book. All the concepts in a simplified, simple language will be given to you in this concept book. Okay. This will be given to you as a hard copy. Second, workbook. In this workbook, all practical questions and theoretical questions which has been asked in past term papers and which are covered in our ICMAI material. Everything is covered in this workbook. So So you don't have to refer any other book or any other author book. Okay, just by looking into this book, your entire practical and theoretical questions will be completed. Now this workbook will also be given to you as a hard copy format. Okay, now third is MCQs booklet will be given to you. In this MCQs booklet also, all MCQs are covered, which are already asked in the past term papers, those are also covered, which are there in your ICMAI material, those are also covered. Now, fourth, my handwritten notes will be given to you. Why handwritten notes? As concept book is there. In those concept books also, the concepts are given in very simplified language only. But even if it's simplified language, English is toughest, isn't it? So, in my handwritten notes, I've simplified that English also and given to you. Okay? So, mostly classes, most concepts which are very difficult and important will be handled through handwritten notes. That will be more easier to you. Okay? Now, handwritten notes will be given to you. These are the 4 type of books which will be given to you. And handwritten notes will only be given as a soft copy. Okay, as viewing option will be given as a soft copy format, it will be given to you. Now, till now we have discussed everything in English, so you have known already these classes are going to be in 100% English. Even though students in front of me know Telugu, I'll only deal classes in English. Clear? Any doubts so far? No, everything is clear. Do you want to know anything extra regarding classes, how it's going to be and all? No? Clear? Okay. Yes. I think I've covered everything. Now, regarding batch details, you already know regarding this batch details in the announcement video, even though I'm telling you again, commencement date, it's from 17th of February, that's today. Okay. Now, when this classes are going to end date is 15th of May 2025. Okay. So, if you want, you can give your exams in June. Okay. Now, this is regarding classes. I hope everything is clear to you. Now, coming to the main subject. Paper 17, Cost and Management Audit. What is our syllabus? What we exactly are going to learn through this subject? We'll see. Okay. Now, this entire syllabus is categorized into 4 sections. Section A, Section B, Section C, and Section D. That's all. These 4 sections, our entire syllabus is covered. Now, what is there in Section A? Section A covers with cost audit. Section B covers with management audit. Section C covers with internal audit, internal control, and operational audit. And Section D covers with forensic audit and anti-money laundering. These are the sections and topics which we are going to cover in this entire syllabus. Okay. Now, what are there in this sections? We'll see through our index. So this is our concept book. You'll receive your concept book, same exactly like this. Just a moment. Okay, so this will be our concept book, colorful. You see here, all colors are inbuilt. I think it's not so visible, but okay. Red, blue, green, whatever was in my hands, I have used everything. Okay, so this is a concept book. Now coming to index. So we have seen section A covers with cost audit. In section A, we have 8 units. Okay. In section B, management audit, we have 5 units. And in section C, internal audit and operational audit, we have 3 units. And section D, forensic audit as 1 unit, anti-money laundering as the second unit. Okay. Now, what we are going to see in this particular cost audit section A. First, basics of cost audit. What is cost? What is audit? What does it mean by cost audit? Why we are learning the subject called as cost audit? Everything is in basics. That first unit is basics of cost audit. Even if you didn't touch this basics of cost audit, whether you will be able to understand the entire subject of cost and management audit, answer is no. To enter into any subject or to understand any concept, you need basics. That we are going to cover in this unit 1, basics of cost audit. Now unit 2, cost records and audit rules 2014. Now there is a concept of cost audit. Okay, that cost audit means, what is audit? You already have done in your inter, right? What is audit? Audit is nothing but examination of some statements. Examination, some person will come called as auditor, he will come and verify something. That is called as audit. Now, if audit is there, there will be certain principles how the audit should be conducted, isn't it? Now, if there is an inspector, he is going through some case, for example, then there will be certain procedures in which he has to take up that case, isn't it? Similarly, if a cost auditor is coming and verifying any statements, there will be a proper procedure. He has to follow certain rules, he has to follow certain standards, principles. That rules we are going to cover under unit 2, cost records and audit rules 2014. Like how companies has to maintain the records and how the audit has to be done, in which forms and what rules. We will cover in unit 2, cost records and audit rules 2014. Now coming to unit 3, cost auditor. As cost audit is there, that will be done by auditor. That auditor will be called as cost auditor. Now who is eligible to become a cost auditor? What are his qualifications? What are his disqualifications? And what are the standards he has to follow while conducting the audit? That we are going to cover under unit 3, cost auditor. Now coming to unit 4, overview of cost accounting standards and GASAP. GASAP is generally accepted cost accounting principles. Now there is a concept of accounting and there is a concept of auditing. Both are different, isn't it? Accounts is writing something in a book. So we are properly maintaining a record of something as accounting. Already having statements, if we are verifying it, that is an auditing, isn't it? Similarly, when auditing has certain standards and principles, accounting will also have standards. That standards we are going to see under unit 4. So how many cost accounting standards we have? Generally, we have 24 cost accounting standards. So those entire standards we are going to cover under this particular unit. And with standards, there are also generally accepted principles. So companies, along with standards, they also follow certain principles. That we are going to cover under unit 4. Now coming to unit 5, cost auditing and assurance standards. When it comes to unit 4, cost accounting standards, this will be followed by whom? By companies, by manufacturing entities, because they have to do the records, they have to maintain the accounts. So this accounting standards will be followed by companies and entities. Now coming to cost auditing and assurance standards, these are standards for auditor. Okay, so how auditor has to do any work or something like that, that we are going to cover in unit 5, cost auditing and assurance standards. Now coming to unit 6, cost audit program. How the audit program should be there. If you are going to any farewell fest or something, there will be a proper order. Like first this performance will be done, after this performance, after that principal will come and give the speech, after that student will come and do blah blah. Everything will be in a proper program, isn't it? So now cost audit program, how it has to be done, that will be covered in unit 6. Now coming to unit 7, cost audit documentation, audit process and execution. Just coming and verifying everything and saying that okay, everything is fine, bye bye. Will that be sufficient? No. How he is doing it? A document should be maintained. If a police officer is conducting any case, then there will be a report. Case report will be there. FIR will be filed and everything will be there in that particular report, isn't it? Now cost auditor is coming and doing an audit, then he also has to maintain documents from start to end. How he started, how he ended. Everything should be there in a document. So how that document should be maintained, what all particulars should be there, how it is executed. Everything will come under unit 7. Now coming to unit 8. After cost auditor came to the company, he verified statements, he done cost audit. At last he has to give a cost audit report, like what he has verified and what's his conclusion about the company. Now that cost audit report, how he will prepare it, where he will file it. Will he just prepare the report and keep it in his bag? No, he has to give it to some government, he has to give it to some officials. So who he has to submit that cost audit report, how he has to prepare, how he has to maintain. Everything will be covered under unit 8. Okay. So everything related to some cost, some records, some audit. Everything combinedly section A, cost audit. Now when looking into these terms, you'll find that what's this? It's some messy, isn't it? But when you are getting into the exact concepts, you'll be able to link one unit with the other unit. Okay. Even I'll teach in such a manner that we'll link every units. Will not just complete the unit 1 and skip that. No. Everything is interrelated and everything is connected. So entirely this is section A, cost audit. Clear? Now coming to section B, management audit. Now what is this management audit and everything? We'll see in the further classes. Okay. First simple thing. Now if cost audit is there, there is some cost. There is some price for anything. Suppose this has a price. So it's a cost if it is incurred for any process. Now production is happening, there are some raw materials, there is cost incurred to it, that is recorded, I have to verify that, that is cost audit. Now what is management audit? What is managing something? What is managing something? Looking after something, verifying whether you are doing your work correctly or not. Management is not regarding any books or accounts. It is regarding people. Managers will be there in the company. They have to follow certain order of doing their work. Whether they are doing their work properly or not. That we are going to see in section B. So it is not regarding audit of any statements or records. It is regarding the audit of personality of managers. How they are doing their work and all. Now this has 5 units in it. Similarly, as we have seen above, basics are important for any chapter. So, basics of management audit. Now, coming to unit 2, management reporting issues and analysis. Like how management has to do the reporting and how they have to analyze the each and every situation. Now, coming to unit 3, management audit in different functions. Now, if management is there, management will not only handle with one segment in a company, isn't it? They'll cover the many segments. Like if there is any proprietary thing in a company. What is proprietorship? The main owner of the company, the head of the company. Like they will have something. So they have to do proprietary audit. Then there will be some services in that company. Everything will have a different audit. For each and every function, there will be a different kinds of audit. Entirely combined, they will do the financial audit or cost audit or internal audit. But separately for each and every segment, there will be audit. That different functions audit we will going to cover in unit 3. Now unit 4, evaluation of corporate image. They are from this class? No? You don't know? Okay. Evaluation of corporate image. Now what is corporate image? Brand. We say some brand is there, isn't it? Some banda. You'll showcase yourself in front of your friends that I am the head of everything, isn't it? So that's what is corporate images. What happens if a company doesn't have a brand value? It will not be the first in the market, isn't it? To any company to survive in the market, they should have some brand value. Now, what is this corporate image? Is that very important? How to build that corporate image? That we are going to see Unit 4. Now, coming to Unit 5, Information System Security Audit. Now, everything is digitalized. No one is living without phones. If you want anything, you'll search in Google. Now, AI apps also there. If you have any doubts, you'll go to ChatGPT, isn't it? So, regarding that, how information is being stored and information system security audit. Group 4 classes live is going on. Okay. So, information system security audit. Now, how that information system is there, how it has to be secured and how it has to be audited. Everything we are going to cover under Unit 5. So, this combinedly is management audit. Now, coming to Section C, internal audit and operational audit. In your CMA Inter, you have already covered internal controls, internal audit. Same, but somewhat extended. Okay. Similar what you have studied there, objectives you would have learned, advantages you would have learned, disadvantages you would have learned. What is internal control, what is internal audit. Everything is repeated here, but somewhat extended. Okay. So that we are going to see here. And operational audit, we are going to see a different concept called as operational audit. With the same thing, in Unit 3, we are going to cover audit of different service organizations. Now, what are service organizations? Educational institutions, hospitals, panchayats, local bodies. These are all service organizations. How they are going to do audit? Like what all should be there, importantly should be there in their audit. That we are going to cover under Unit 3. Combinedly, it is Section C, internal audit and operational audit. Now, coming to Section D, forensic audit and anti-money laundering. This is somewhat different. Till now you haven't touched this concept. You don't know anything regarding this concept. I'm thinking. If you know, just let me know. Okay? Okay. Now, first is forensic audit. Just by listening to this word called as forensic, what is instantly coming into your mind? That crime movies, isn't it? So, how crime is there? How everything is collected and sent to forensics, isn't it? But that's not what we are going to learn here. We are not going to learn regarding any dead bodies here. Okay? We are going to see what is forensic audit. This is related to companies. Okay? How companies are doing fraud and how they are uncovering that particular fraud. Now, this forensic audit details we will cover under Section D. Mostly, how you will be very much thrilled or excited when watching that criminal or thriller movies, like what's the next step, what they are going to do. You'll have that excitement, isn't it? When we are going through this forensic audit topic, you'll have the same excitement. Okay? Now, coming to anti-money laundering. Have you heard the term money laundering? In CMA Inter, it's there? Okay. The same will be there here also, anti-money laundering. Now, if it is there, money laundering, it should be related to law. Why it's there here? Common doubt, isn't it? This money laundering concept you'll have in law also. You have to study there also. But why it's there in anti-money laundering concept in cost auditors? If a company is there, they have to do records. If money laundering is done, that's related to money. For any company, where will money be recorded? In accounts, isn't it? That accounts will be audited. While doing audit also, some money laundering cases can be there, isn't it? So regarding that concepts, we'll learn an anti-money laundering concept. And here, an extra build-up will also be there. What's that is? With money laundering, you'll also learn regarding terrorism financing. Now, if money laundering means what? Some illegal money is there that's being converted into legal money. That's money laundering basically. Now, terrorism means it's not, for example, it's against India norms, isn't it? That's called as terrorism. If they are against us, our norms, our culture, then that's terrorism. Now, if terrorists are doing their works, now those are their works. We are not going to talk about that. Terrorism is there and terrorists are doing their works. Now, how they are getting money? That's the main question. They are getting major arms, ammunition, bombs, guns, AK-47 and all. Those are very, very costly. If gun is there, that's costly, isn't it? Now, how they are being able to buy everything with the money? From where they are getting money? Through this illegal sources. So, we are going to learn regarding money laundering and that connection with terrorism financing. How we have to stop money laundering, that is anti-money laundering. How we have to stop terrorism financing, that is counter financing of terrorism. Those concepts we are going to cover under Unit 2. So entirely that is Section D, Forensic Audit and Anti-Money Laundering. Very, very interesting subject. You will not feel bored. When I am getting into concepts, you will feel sleepy. Okay? That's fact. Because it's a theory subject. It is 100% theory subject. Not 100%. We also have practical topics also. But practicality is only up to 30% or 25%. Mostly it is theory only. So you will feel sleepy. But I'll try to wake you up through this funny conversations and examples. Okay? Now, you have understood the syllabus, right? So this is the entire syllabus which we have and which we are going to cover. Now, coming to paper pattern. Most important, have to know regarding paper, right? Okay, paper pattern. Now, how many marks your paper is there? You know, right? You don't know how many marks paper is? 100 marks. Okay. So you'll have 100 marks paper. This is divided into two sections. Section A and section B. What is your section A? MCQs. Now this MCQs are brought up in bubbling. You know that, right? Yeah. So you have to just bubble. This 15 MCQs into 2, 30 marks are MCQs. 30 marks. You just need 10 more marks to qualify. Simple. Okay. Now, in section B, they'll give you 7 questions. 7 questions doesn't mean only 7 questions. Those are 14 questions. Every question will have part A and part B. Okay. Now, in this part A and part B, how many will be descriptive questions? How many will be practical questions coming to our subject? Descriptive questions will be around 7 questions. Ma'am, 7 questions only there. You are telling 7 questions. I'm talking about 14, A and B. Okay. And how many questions will be there in practical? 3 questions. Ma'am, the amount is not matching. Like 14 questions are there here, only 10 questions are there. How, ma'am? Choice is there, no? Isn't it? So, you will take 2 questions as choice. 4 will be choice. So, you will have to write only this. 7 questions will be descriptive questions. 3 questions will be practical questions. I'll also tell in which, in which part the practical question will be asked, and from which unit the practical question will be asked. Okay. That's also based on past paper analysis. I'm not going to prepare paper. I don't know regarding paper. Okay. Based on past papers and all analysis, I have done a proper analysis and brought this descriptive questions and practical questions. Okay. Now, from where descriptive questions will be asked? I don't know. From the entire concepts. Practical questions? I know. I'll give you important practical questions also. If you're doing that important practical questions, those will be enough. At last, super 50 questions will also be given to you. Okay? But you'll not just focus on super 50 and important questions. You have to first complete the entire syllabus preparation. The day before exam, you'll be in lots of tension. Oh, everything is there. What should learn? Where should start? You'll have that lots of confusion. In that scenario, I'll give you important questions. Just by preparing that, it will be enough. So that's regarding. Now, coming to paper analysis. This is a beautiful table which I have prepared for you. Beautiful from my point of view. If it's not beautiful to you, just leave it. Okay. So this is a paper analysis. Now, new syllabus. As per new syllabus, we have 4 question papers, right? Now, June 23rd, December 23rd, June 24th and December 24th. New syllabus paper pattern. How it is, we'll see. We have covered section A, section B, section C and section D. What are topics there we have seen, right? Now, coming to cost audit. As per ICMAI marks, what is the weightage is 50 marks. Okay. So, half the entire syllabus is cost audit. In the 100%, 50% is covered in cost audit. But if you see the paper analysis, in June 23, this section A cost audit has been asked for 66 marks. Now, what's instantly coming into your mind? I'll just focus on cost audit, I'll get exemption. Isn't it? You can focus entirely on cost audit, but you have to just keep that in mind that this is the major important topic. Like this will be category A topic. You have to perfectly complete cost audit and then you have to move to the other concepts. But you should not entirely skip the other concepts. The paper pattern can change at any point of time. Okay? We should not just rely on this paper analysis. Now in December 23 also it has been asked for 65 marks. In June 23 it has been asked for 63 marks and in December 24 it has been asked for 63 marks. So combinedly we can say that approximately 60 marks is being asked from section A cost audit. So exemption marks are from cost audit. So this is your category A topic. You should not skip any unit from this section A. Coming to this, when we are going to each and every unit, I will tell you what is the exact weightage. Okay. Now, coming to section B, management audit, ICMAI weightage is 25 marks. In June 23, it has been asked for 46 marks. In December 23, it has been asked for just 18 marks. In June 24, it has been asked for 31 marks. In December 24, it has been asked for 33 marks. Now, from this, we are getting to know that 25 marks is not the weightage. That's clear. Now, what is the exact weightage? I will tell you 30 marks will be the exact weightage. Because in past 2 attempts, 31 and 33 marks has been asked and only in 1 attempt, 46 marks has been asked. So, this will be a B category topic. Because after 60, 40 is the highest. So, as this is the highest weightage, section B is the B category. Now, coming to section C, internal audit. As per ICMAI weightage, 15 marks. In June 23, it has just been asked for 10 marks. In December 23, it has been asked for 20 marks. In June 24, it has been asked for 18 marks. And in December 24, it has been asked for 16 marks. So, for this, I would say weightage is around 15 to 20 marks. Now, will this be a C category, ma'am? No. I would say C category is this, forensic audit and anti-money laundering. In some papers, a question from this might not be asked also because these are the concepts which are already covered in your CMA intern. Can be asked from this particular unit, audit of different service organizations, because this is new to you. The same objectives, advantages, they'll not ask again. If they are asking, then you are lucky for that attempt, isn't it? Now, this is section C. Section D will be a C category. Why? Because this has been brought as a new syllabus topic. This wasn't there in 2016 syllabus. Okay, this was newly brought up in 2022 syllabus. So, these are the compulsory questions which are being asked in the examination. So what is ICMAI weightage? 10 marks. Both 5 and 5 from the both units. And in June 23 attempt, they have asked for 10 marks. In December 23 attempt, they have asked for 14 marks. In June and December 24, they have asked for 16 marks. So I would say keep weightage as 15 marks. Okay. If 7 marks question, no? A part and B part, 1 7 marks can be asked from this, 1 7 marks can be asked from this, and 1 MCQ can be asked. So around weightage will be 16 marks, so 15 marks will be our weightage. As this is interesting and easy, I would say this will be a section C. Sorry, category C. Okay, section D should be a category C, and this will be a category D. According to section wise, this is your categorization of importance. Coming to units, I'll say which are the A category units, which are the B category, and which are the C category when we are getting into those concepts. Okay. For now, this should be a major categorization and subdivision of importance. Clear till now? Any doubts? No doubts? Clear? Now. How much time did we take? No idea. Half an hour or so. Okay. So this is the entire thing, basic introduction of the entire cost and management audit. Now, I'm not going to start the basics, but let us discuss what is this cost and management audit subject. Okay. Cost and management audit. Now, if I want to bifurcate this term, the entire cost and management audit, can I do so? Now, how the bifurcation will be there? First is cost, separate that. Second is management, bring that down. Third is audit. 3 different words: cost, management, audit. These 3 terms have different definitions for each and every term. Now this, for cost, we'll do some accounting, isn't it? This is different from auditing. For management also, there will be some accounting. After that, they will do audit. In here, the audit will be called as cost audit. Here, the audit will be called as management audit. Till now, it's clear. This is Bacha ma'am. Why wouldn't we know about this? It's my duty to tell you that. I'll tell you. Okay. Now, what is cost? You are going to tell me what is cost. What is cost? Expense. Only expense. Expenses you are paying from your own pocket, that is expense, isn't it? Price. Okay. What is the difference between cost and price? Now there is a term called as price. See, for example, if I want to purchase this tap, what's the price of this tap? For example, 30,000 rupees, that's the price of this tap. Now can I say the cost of this tap as 30,000 rupees? Will anyone tell that? This is the cost. Now where will we use the term cost? Profit. Profit, if it is handled with price, then that's cost. In price, if there is a profit, that's cost, isn't it? See, for example, there is a company, manufacturing, okay? What will put the company's name as? Give anyone's name. Tell me the name of company. Any company. You can create your own. Tata. Why already their company? Create your own na. Do a startup. What's your name? Krishna. Okay. Now our company's name is Krishna Limited. Okay. Now Krishna Limited company is there. Now what's your like if you want to do a startup, what you will do manufacturing for? Steel. Okay. Now this is a steel company. If there is a steel company, what all can he produce with that steel? Steel is a raw material, isn't it? So this is a raw material. With that, he can prepare the final products, isn't it? If we go to highest, then he can go for car manufacturing. He can use that steel in cars. He can use that steel in bicycles, or he can use that in utensils. Now every steel utensil which we use in our home, he can do the production of that also. Now if he is purchasing steel, the raw material, for example for 10 rupees, like one steel plate 10 rupees, this is example, not coming into reality. Okay, if he is purchasing the steel for 10 rupees, will he sell the final product also for the 10 rupees? No. Why no? Because process is there. Some labor has worked for a day and night. He put his lot of krushi, everything in his work. He has worked, and not only that, he has used some machinery to that production. He has used electricity. He has to pay bill, no, for the government, or else they'll come and off and go. He has to pay for electricity. He has to use for water, steam, everything has to be used for that particular production, and at last labor also there. The entire cost he will put. For example, everything will be cost 20 rupees. We'll put that 10 plus 20 equal to 30. Will he sell final product for 30 only? No, because he needs profit. No, he has put his entire mind into that production. He has started his own startup. He wanted to bring a new startup company. He has to be an entrepreneur, and he has bought up. Will he just sell for 30 rupees? No, there needs to be some profit. So he's selling that for 32 rupees. He's not that peanasy also, he's just taking 2 rupees profit. Okay, so he's selling for 32 rupees. Now this is the price, and this is the cost which he is putting for the one steel plate after the final product. Okay, so this is the cost. Now when in books, how this cost will be recorded? With the bifurcation, this cost will be recorded. Just he will record the cost as 32 rupees. Will that be sufficient if he is recording in books? No. In books, he has to record everything. For machinery, how much he has done. In this machinery also, how much depreciation is there. For electricity, how much he has paid. Per unit, how much he has paid. Water, how much he has used. Steam, labor, per month salary is how much, per yearly salary is how much, if he is a part-time labor, if he is a full-time labor, if he is a contractual labor, each and every detail has to be recorded in what? Account. And that will be done as a audit, isn't it? So this cost will be recorded in many different ways. Isn't it? This also will bifurcate, fixed, variable, semi-variable, everything will be recorded in the books. After this, the accounting is done properly or not will be checked by the management. After that, some auditor will be called, and he will be appointed as the auditor, and they will ask him to do the cost audit. Now what he will check? Whether Krishna has manipulated anything in his books. He is taking 2 rupees profit. For public, he is like very renowned person, and everyone thinks that he is just taking 2 rupees as profit, is not having any profit at all. Now what Krishna is doing, for example, not take it as offended. Now what Krishna is doing, from these labors, there isn't any labor at all. There isn't one labor. For example, his name is, we'll take it as her, Priya. No Priya's right? Then no Priya, right? Okay. So one name is Priya. this Priya is not a labor in working in Krishna Limited company. Why Krishna has taken Priya's name in his books? Because he has some interest in Priya. So what he has done, he has put a fictitious name as Priya in his books, and what he is doing, he has written in his books that per month 10,000 rupees I am giving to Priya. Okay, he has written in his books and wrote it as a labor. She is working in my company and I am paying her a salary or the wage around 10,000 rupees per month. Now is there a Priya? No. Priya would be there, could be there in real life, but she is not working in Krishna Limited. So this is a fictitious employee and the amount which is going to her is fictitious. Now expenses he has manipulated. So the cost is manipulated, the price is manipulated, isn't it? Now how this is manipulated, from when this is manipulated, how much profit Krishna has gained because of this manipulation. Everything will be found out by whom? Cost auditor. And where will he replicate everything? In his cost audit report. Clear? Regarding everything we are going to learn in this cost audit. Clear? Having any doubts? No? So this is what we are going to learn in this particular entire subject of cost and management audit. Tomorrow we'll start the basics of cost audit. From the definition of cost audit, we'll see everything. Okay, clear with the example? Clear with the example? Okay. So that's it for today's class. I'm going to end the stream. So tomorrow we'll continue the subject. We'll start the main subject. Okay. Thank you.